Can I deselect? Oh, okay, select all, deselect. Deselect all. Okay, here we go. So I just deselected. I'm going to go just into motor electronics because I'm sure I should be able to get it from there. Because like I said, there is no... Now that little exclamation point in the center there, that's not the check engine light. I can show you right here. Let's go into the vehicle info. And let's get into vehicle status. Let's go down here to the check. That's just talking about the battery. What is up, EAE fam? It's your boy AB back with another video. Today I'm just going to cut to the chase, have some information for you, just really simple. Been having some people reach out pertaining to scanning the codes in their car, whether they have a check engine light or not. Are they able to do it? So let me just say this here. One, let me get my phone out. Two, let me grab my Veepeak module. This is what I use. And then I also have an app that I use. And I'm just going to go ahead and start the screen record. Let's go on and get into the app. So pop this up here right now so you can see what's going on. And let's go ahead and get into, let's go into BimmerLink because that's the app that I'm going to use. So let me go ahead and get set up. I am going to, well, let me tell you some key things about this. But before I get into that, hey guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel and DIYs for fixing your cars, doing repairs, doing prev maintenance, maybe doing a track build on your M3 or whatever it is that you have, it's something that you would like to see and continue to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any further content coming on the build of this track monster here, and of course the F10 535i M Sport, and then down the road the E53 X5, because there's something magical going to happen to that later. So let's get into taking care of this real simply. Now if you've got to go back and you got to understand where your OBD2 port is or what it even is, go check out some of my other DIY videos on BimmerLink and I'll show you exactly where to go. I'm going to go ahead and plug this up right now, and typically for my videos I will start the car just because I don't have a trickle charger on the battery or on the post up front, so I just want to keep the car running. In case I make any changes to the ECU, you don't want that to die, because then your car is a brick, like legit a brick, and it's going to cost you some money to get that ECU reflash or get a new one. So I'd much rather just burn a little gas and keep everything going so that we're good. So let me go ahead and plug this in. Light is on. I'm going to go ahead and start the car. Like I said, you don't have to do that, but I am. Turn this heat off. It's actually fairly warm in here. So for the case of those that have a check engine light on, as you see here for mine, now my check engine light is on because I have downpipes, catless downpipes installed. This is a, you know, this is a track build, so therefore I'm going to have some mods that are dedicated to that for the track build. So let's go ahead and get into the BimmerLink app. And while that's loading, give me a second. Of course, I'll be jump cutting the video so we get right to it. Okay, so I'm in the BimmerLink app now. Real simply, I just want to go into error, the error memory, and everything is checked. So I'm just going to hit continue. Of course, it's going to run the check of every single point in the ECU, what has been tripped or not. You will find that stuff is stored, that it did, you know, it did trip it and then it went away, but it did store it and save it. It'll have dates, mileage typically for those things, especially if you're dealing with water pumps and thermostats and things like that. So, but then what we're going to get into once we move out of the M3, we're going to get into the 5 Series. So you can see it does not have a check engine light, but I'm going to show you how I pinpointed what was going on with the water pump in that car, because that's exactly what happened. The car began to, the actual, the ECU basically put the car in like safe mode, like in your, like if your computer had a bug or something was going on, you could put the computer in safe mode. So that's basically what the car went into. In the industry, we call it limp mode, meaning that you can't maximize the horsepower or the performance of the engine, because it's trying to preserve itself and not overheat or blow up and anything like that. So that's pretty much that's that. We've got 7 errors found. And let's just go here to motor electronics, catalyst bank 1 and 2. And that should be active, because that is actively going on. So that is present, and it is stored. Signal or value above threshold. Basically, it's reading a lot of exhaust, high amount of exhaust, because it's passing through a pipe now versus a catalytic converter. So real simply, that's what I wanted to show you here. Of course, like I said, it ran through all the computers, so I could see any and everything that have been stored. Let's see, roof function center. Actually, we had an issue with that before. I've got a video where the sunroof was not closing properly. That has been reset, and I did not reset the code in here. Same thing with the rain driving light sensor, which is the sensor right up here where the mirror sits. We had the windshield replaced. Again, I did not clear anything. So what's this controller? Bus com error can. So that's basically the CAN bus communication, something going on with the ECU to something else, or that specific controller, which could be tied into the sunroof or the rain sensor. So that's pretty much it. Now, with the errors found, now I can go in, I can actually save all of this, which I have done before, and basically it's like a note file or a PDF file that is saved, so you can save that for your records. I'm going to go ahead and clear the errors. So I hit the trash can. We're going to clear these errors, and you are going to end up seeing it just went out. That code's probably going to come back on between now and the time that my latest order arrives. So if you follow me on Instagram, I recently in fact posted the purchase of the Evolve Stage 2 tune. There's an OBD2 dongle that's going to come. It actually has a cable, USB cable, that will plug into a computer. Now, here's the thing. I have all Macs. I have some older Windows computers, but I think I'm just going to go get a little inexpensive $200 or $300, probably running a Celeron processor. I don't care. I just need it to program the car. So I've been needing that anyway, so why not? So I'll just go and get me a little inexpensive laptop, and then we're going to connect to the car, and we're going to tune this car. One of my other Instagram posts I got to talk about real quick before we go over to the 5 Series. A Maserati Ghibli Q4 was asking for the smoke, and he got it. And that's with just the original DINAN Stage 1 tune that is doing nothing for the charge pipes or the downpipes. So after this tune, you can imagine what the M3 is going to be putting down, what kind of smoke it's giving out. So stay tuned. I've got another big announcement coming as well for some call outs for Gap Fest. So I've already been in contact with a few folks. They know who they are. You know who you are. So we're going to do the call out like a professional. You know what I'm saying? It's just fun. But we're going to do the call out, and I've got probably a few Dodges and a Toyota or so that I've got to just see what we're doing, what the competition is. So, you know, Dodge is real heavy, especially out on the track, out on the drag strip. Never know. Maybe one day I can make a run at Demonology and Dumpmaster. We'll see. That's not a call out, guys. that I'm just saying maybe I can get my car to that level. Now, mind you, the BMW M cars are built for maneuvering, for cornering, for handling. Of course, putting power down too, but we're not straight line cars. So I'm kind of doing something that's outside the norm for BMW M cars. So this M3, I'm trying to see what I can do to make it a straight line beast, as well as still allowing for it to be a cornering beast too. So we're going to see how we're going to make that happen on both grounds. So with that said and done, I've cleared everything out of this for this car. Let's jump over into the 5 Series so we can see, I can show you what it's going to pull for that car. So I'm going to go ahead. All right, so we're in the 5 Series now. Unfortunately, the car's been sitting for a while, except for my attempt to fix this. I'm surprised I hadn't put that video out yet. I might put that video out. You know, I should just be transparent, because there's often times that you try to go fix something, you're just not able to, and not because you don't have the tools even to do it. It's just the having the right place, having a lift. Trying to work on this car, or even the M3, getting under the car is a challenge, especially if you just have it on ramps and even jack stands. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little claustrophobic sometimes when I'm under the car. So I'd much rather at that point, either if I can find a shop that will let me use their lift, if there's an auto skills shop, which we're very few and far in between, especially in this area, to have to go down into the suburbs of Chicago, and with a car overheating, that's not what you want to be running into. So the transparency is a must, to let you guys know that I'm not always able to fix every single thing, but once I get my shop, get my lift, then I'll definitely be able to do, I'm more than willing to tackle any DIY project. So let's get back into the car, because I don't want it to potentially start to overheat, because again, we're having issues with the water pump. It's dropping voltage or just flat out losing voltage, so we know we've got to replace that. Now let me go ahead, I've already got BimmerLink up. Let me go ahead and just go into error memory, and I just saw that parking brake. Let me go back. The parking brake deal, activate service mode. Go to my, I've got a DIY video. If you've got a 5 Series and you have the electronic parking brake, which is that right there, and not the actual hand brake, you will want to know how to do that both manually and electronically, because I did it manually before I realized I had it available on this BimmerLink. And in fact, I may have downloaded it after the fact, or that day, and realized it had the parking brake, the ability to put the parking brake in service mode, so I didn't have to do it manually. But if you want to learn how to do it manually, and I may split up a video and do that, just show you, hey, here's how to do it manually and electronically, then you're gonna want to do that. All right, so let's go into error memory. I don't know why I get tongue-tied on that. Let's see, can I get into, trying to see if I can just find. All right, so here we go, motor electronics. So I'm going to, can I deselect? Oh, okay, select all, deselect all. Okay, here we go. So I just deselected. I'm going to go just into motor electronics, because I'm sure I should be able to get it from there. Because like I said, there is no, now that little exclamation point in the center there, that's not the check engine light. I can show you right here. Let's go into the vehicle info, and let's get into vehicle status. Let's go down here to the check. That's just talking about the battery. If you're having maybe electrical issues or battery issues, you can check that too right from here. So great app to have, great app to have. All right, so we're in motor electronics, and sure enough, let's see. Now I did disconnect a lot of stuff when I took the car apart to attempt to replace the water pump and thermostat. So so there's some things that got disconnected, and let's see, Valvetronic system deactivated to frequent. Okay. Error present and stored. All right. Then it talks about the mileage in kilometers. That's 200,424 kilometers. I'm sitting at 124,000 plus miles. So again, it tells you, pretty much tells you when and where it happened. All right. So crankcase ventilation. Let's see what that's talking about. All right. Ventilation heating control short circuit to ground. All right. Error not present. Stored. No mileage there. And all these things you can go in and just Google or really get into your service manual and check out. Electronic fan control line. So all these, this pretty much happened on the same day I disconnected, because I disconnected that fan. Let's look at battery. Let's just see what it's showing right now, because state of charge 36%. Wow. Okay. So hopefully, and it is an AGM battery, we need to let, the car's got to drive. I got to drive it around. Again, I don't want it to run hot. It needs to be washed too, so I wanted to go take it for a wash, and it's not going to be till almost another full week before it gets taken care of, because the shop is so busy where I'm going. Okay guys, so I'm inside now because for whatever reason, and probably because it was sitting where the sun is coming through the windshield, it looks like it overheated and it stopped. So this is the stuff I wanted to show you with using BimmerLink. Very cool app to use, along with Beamer Code. Again, I think I paid about 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks, I can't remember now, to have full access. That's a one-time payment, never have to pay it again. Not to knock any other apps that are out there. I thought about iCarly, but with the, I think it was a monthly fee or annual fee or whatever it is that they're charging, I can't justify that because I'm not a mechanic. I'm not working on other people's cars. So with that said, you know, if I was working on other people's cars, then it would pay for itself. I'm working on my cars. So if you're in need of a Bluetooth dongle like Veepeak, there are plenty other ones out there, but I stand by this. I am not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by the folks that make, the company that makes BimmerLink and Beamer Code, which is, who is that company? I forget. Oh, I need to do an update. I forget the name of the company, but to those guys that make that, I'm not, you know, I'm not sponsored by any of them. They work. I'm only going to promote things that work, whether I'm sponsored by them or not. So if it works and it's worth your time, effort, and money, definitely. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to reapply for Amazon affiliate program. Again,